It's Mortal Kombat time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Baraka. So honestly I'm not too sure about this one, but let's have a look together in great detail. Size of him, he stands at 17, almost 18 centimeters to the top of his head, a little shy of it. So that means we're going up to 7 inches tall. Look and detail of the figure. The first thing that caught my attention is his teeth. They're white. They should be gray. They should be silver, because actually that's on the box and everything, on the artwork, and the original Baraka from MK2, as I mentioned earlier, had silver teeth. Like all the character art. What happened there? Now for the rest of it, the muscle work looks really good. Well, actually, you stay on the head. I forgot something. You have some dirt effect, especially in the back of the head. And it's cool. They kind of did that for a lot of Storm Collectibles at the beginning of the line. And the thing is this. It's cool that you have that, but you don't have that on the rest of the figure. The spots are just on the head and no other muscle work at all. Now, that's not the only problem in the paint department. Unfortunately, there's some more. The red lines on his white gi, they go a little bit nuts in some parts. Those are more like quality control issues, so some are probably looking cleaner than others, but here it's next to the line, not on the line. Same thing in the back. Here it's like the bleh. Silver on the belt buckle is mostly clean. It goes a little bit over the line, but that's alright. Now it seems like there's some dirt effect on the silver plates. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Guessing not. And then we move down. Also, his pants. There's some white spots. There's some gray spots. That's just weird, man. There's more in the back. And then the blades disconnect. I'll get to that. And then with the red on his pants, it looks good over here. But then you got the other side, and there's like bleeding of it, especially in the lower one. It's all pretty small issues, I admit that, but they're still there. I don't really know what's going on over there. Then you got the bloody, we already have lost the blade. Those are kind of flimsy. It's not connected all too well. It works though. It kind of just, to get it tightly in, takes some fidgeting around. But regardless of that, you got the blade. Looks nice and silver. And you even got like a bloody coloring over the forearm with the spikes that come out of his arm. Those are all very nice painted. Now the one problem I have, just looks weird. I appreciate the blood effect around the blade, but then it just completely stops at the hand. That just looks weird. I mean, just like, oh, look at this nice conversion over here. It goes from skin tone to the red, and then like, hand. Then you got the fingernails, which are nicely painted, and I love the nice metallic gray, which should have been in the teeth. Maybe they ran out of it halfway through the figure. So for the rest of it, muscle work, I already touched on that. It looks very nice. It looks really rugged, especially in the chest. For your arms, it's more standard stuff. He's not as super buff as Street Fighter figures, as he should not be. Surprisingly to me, the armbands are molded in. They're not soft plastic, which you can move around, which Stormy usually does. That's not a negative, it's just something that I find weird, because they always do that and then they don't. There's the butt, and down to the feet once more. It's Baraka. Articulation is a Storm classic. I don't see anything that has greatly changed. So the head is on the ball joint, wiggles around, goes all the way around. Forward movement and backward movement on the ball itself. But you have a long pack that goes into the neck as such. Can move the neck forward because the entire chest piece is soft plastic. Goes forward. Very nice. Actually, this one's pretty stiff. Goes to the back. Does tilt side to side. And it has a little bit of rotation. But yeah, this one is really freaking stiff. Ow. Okay, don't want to break that off. Then you got a ball joint that's connected to the torso area. So you can rotate that around. It is also on a hinge, so you can bring that up and down. You have this plastic piece that just covers up all the mechanics in there nicely. Once again, goes forward, back. Rotation, bicep swivel, double hinged elbow. Ball hinge in the fist, goes forward, back. Rotates all the way around. Chest articulation goes forward very nicely. We don't see a gap this time around because he's wearing the gi. Also, the gi seems to be a little bit tight. It still stretches to the back, but it's kind of fighting the articulation. You still get very good backward movement. and head goes off, rotation in it, and also goes side to side. Can bring that around. I don't like that noise, so I'm gonna stop. Again, it's molded. It kind of sticks out over here, but I think the mold is overall nice. The painting also goes all the way down, so even if you bend them forward or back, it still looks fairly natural. This is not 100% natural, but I'm saying fairly because of that. The belt is soft plastic, is not connected anywhere, so that can be brought around, and the skirts, the side skirts over here, also are connected to it. Now for the legs, goes forward, is on a ball joint, goes to the back without any hindrance, and to the side, and has also some rotation in it. Double hinge knee, and the foot is on another ball hinge, goes side to side. Very much so, forward, back, and you have a toe hinge to round everything off. And for the accessories, you got a whole bunch of blood effects, and I actually want to start off with that. Let me get the plastic out of the way. Here is that stuff, which when he slices up his opponents with his blades, let me show it on Baraka himself. There's one to put over the shoulder. Can't really do it right now. It is somewhat sturdy, but it is bendable also. I would recommend putting it, put some hot water in it or hairdryer. And you have the small ones for the bicep. There you go, that works, when he just slices and dices. Then we got the face sculpt with the open mouth. Actually, let me zoom in on this one, because he also has a tongue sticking out, and I'm really appreciative of that. That looks really cool. Definitely using this hat. And then you got the energy effect, his purple energy blast, which is just weird. He has blades. Where's his energy blast? Well, I guess zoning is important. Then there's these hands, just kind of sticking out. Kind of sort of pointing, but not really. And then claw hands, or booby grab hands, not fully grabbing. And then there's these ones to hold anything. Even though he doesn't have anything to hold, but if you come with a different character, or if you just want to give him a sword for whatever, why would you do that? You have blades on his arms. Obviously, here's the long blades. I will connect those just in a second to show you just how it looks on the figure. And then here he is with the long Tarkatan blades out. As you can tell, there's quite some range on there, and it looks really good. Which brings me to the final thoughts of this figure. What do I think? Overall, he's still pretty good. He still looks really accurate to the game, and that's really one thing that's most important to me. Also, Articulation, obviously, Storm Collectibles has been nailing Articulation basically the moment they came out. But obviously, there's some bad. As I've shown you, all of these small little paint issues, but it's exactly that. Small and little, so I can forgive it, but I'm just hoping that doesn't become, more of a common thing for Storm, that they screw up the quality control with paint stuff like that. But for the rest of it, yeah, this figure is good. He has a lot less accessories than previous figures that we looked at from Storm, but that's also because it's cheaper than, like, for example, Kyo, which I just recently reviewed, who has all these fine effects, but also was a lot more expensive. So there you go. I do recommend this guy. He has his small issues, but overall the figure, I'm pretty happy with it. So that's gonna do it as usual. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Baraka wants.